good morning. Sorry for the false start. I had that button accidentally pushed. It doesn't allow my phone to rotate. So this morning I knew that would get all of you if I said, hey, if you want to be popular, everybody's like, I want to be popular. I'm going to watch that live. I want to be popular. Well, that's a little teaser from the Steve Jobs quote. If you want to be popular, sell ice cream, right? And this is a leadership quote by Steve Jobs. Because if you want to be a leader, well, you can't have a high value of popularity. You probably want to sell ice cream. And the reason why I was inspired to talk about that this morning is I was watching a YouTube video this morning that somebody sent me, which was published by somebody that really, really hates my profession. And in particular, hates the company that Kimmy and I build in. Well, she does, I don't, but hates us. So, you know that term haters, right? Well, these people are haters. And so I was watching that video and I was thinking, wow, I find a video like that entertaining, but somebody that's new, that's thinking about, starting off in our profession, how do they handle a video like that? How do they handle people that make outlandish accusations, dig up dirt, some of it which might have some truth to it, right? But, they take a little piece of dirt and turn it into a mountain of accusations and of course spin everything to just be nasty, right? And so I was thinking, that one of the things that we should all probably spend more time coaching ourselves and coaching other people on, that if you want to make it in business, if you want to succeed in something that's relatively new as a concept, I have a good buddy that sells reverse mortgages. Duncan, I know you're listening. No, he's probably not, but why would he be? He's supposed to be selling reverse mortgages. Right? And, he pivoted from mortgages into reverse mortgages last year, and it was not popular in the mortgage business. They're not popular at all, right? Tom Selleck has to put on his good old boy, I don't know if you've seen the Tom Selleck commercials on reverse mortgages, but they're pretty cornball. And I guess they probably did a survey, who's the most trusted person for 75-year-olds, and I guess it's Tom Selleck, because he puts on his leather vest and he says, I've been doing this a long time, and you should trust reverse mortgages. But, reverse mortgages, if you're a mortgage broker, that's a new frontier. That's a road less traveled. That's a new concept, even though it's been around forever. But if you want to, popularize it, well, you got to be what I didn't invent this term, but I have heard called paradigm pioneers. And what are paradigm pioneers? Well, they're not the people that actually create the new paradigm. So reverse mortgages are not created by paradigm pioneers, but paradigm pioneers are the people that popularize reverse mortgages. Those of us that are building network marketing businesses, we didn't invent network marketing, but we're popularizing it. We're what Joel Barker, he created the term paradigm pioneers. We're the people that take a new idea and popularize it. Take it from just an idea, a raw idea, and turn it into mainstream. And the people that take a raw idea and turn it into mainstream are going to be met with fierce opposition throughout the whole way from people that don't understand the new paradigm, don't like the new paradigm. Just the whole concept of network marketing is, build something once and get paid forever, instead of the 40-year career, it's wink, wink, the 4-year career. Now, if people were raised their entire life, they have their whole life invested in a 40-year career, and you come along with a little paperback book and you say, oh, yeah, I got the 4-year career. That tends to make people mad, right? Because it invalidates them. And so they look to how can they tear it apart? Almost everybody who tries to build a 4-year career fails. Well, okay. So that doesn't mean you have to fail, right? And, reverse mortgages, right? Okay, they're new, but, the people that are popularizing them, those are the people that are going to change the face of society. It's the paradigm pioneers that change paradigms. People invent new paradigms, but it's the change agents that change the paradigm. And, it probably is a bold thing to think, well, maybe 20, 30, 40 years from now, people will actually be thinking, okay, the way you do a career is you find something you're really passionate about, whatever it is, and you do it for 4, 5, or 6, or 7 years, or maybe 10 years, and then you get paid for the rest of your life. I know I got a shadow, sorry. How's that? So how about that for a concept? Build it once, get paid forever. May not be 4 years, it might be 7 years, it might be 10 years. You might do it your whole life. I've been doing my 4-year career for 44 years. Why? Well, what else am I going to do? I still play golf like 3 or 4 times a week, and I do whatever I want to do, but why would, retire from what? I think it was Mark Victor Hansen. Kimmy and I interviewed Crystal and Mark Victor Hansen a couple days ago, and he had this great saying. I think he got it from Zig Ziglar. Or he got it from somebody, but he gave credit to somebody that, retiring really ought to just be retiring, putting new tires on, right? Putting new tires on so you can run and take another sprint at it. And I do that about every 3 or 4 years. I retire, like kind of reinvent my motivation, my vision, and what I'm doing, and right? So I've done that throughout my whole career. I've just actually failed miserably, found something out of it I could salvage, launch something new, which kind of ended up actually pulling me forward, fail, find something salvageable out of it, launch forward again, retired every time. We are the people that are going to popularize things, whether it's a reverse mortgage or people in the car business. The people that are changing the paradigm in the car business are the Vrooms of the world and the CarMax of the world. And, there's a vending machine now for cars. I don't know if there really is one, but there's one in the commercial, right? It's like a high-rise building. It's full of cars. I don't know if you walk by it, you put your credit card in, it whirls around, and a car drops out the bottom with the keys in it, and you hop in and drive away. I don't know how that works. But imagine 10, 20, 30 years from now, that's how you buy a car, vending machines. And, reverse mortgages are just the standard operating procedure. And the standard operating procedure is whatever career you're going to have, figure out how you do it for 4, 5, 6, 7 years and get paid forever. Why would you grind away for something for 40 years? I mean, that was going to be my chicken plant career, right? I started there when I was, I don't know, I guess I was 19 or something. And, I was going to be there until I was, how old would that be? I don't know, 59 or 60 years old. And then, of course, because I worked in a chicken plant my whole life and I went to the bar every night after work like all the other chicken plant people, I'm sure I would be dead by now because that's just the paradigm of that lifestyle. And so why would you do something for 40 years to only be able to enjoy your retirement for maybe 10 or 15 years after, and the retirement that you're trying to enjoy is 1/3 of what was never enough income for 40 years. That's a bankrupt paradigm, folks. And, well, it is anyway for some of us. And, hey, if somebody wants to do that, awesome. But there's a new paradigm in town, and it's the build it once, get paid forever. And it's going to meet with mighty resistance. And we're such easy pickings, right? Because, as network marketers, I was just watching this YouTube video and this guy said, yeah, it's a pyramid scheme because, the first person and then they get three people and then they get three. And see how it looks like a pyramid? It's a pyramid scheme. We're easy pickings. And reverse mortgages, you're easy pickings because, I don't know, what are you trying to do? Steal all the equity in the grandparents' home from the kids so the kids can't inherit? I'm sure there's some easy pickings for you too. The point is this, folks. If you want to do something extraordinary with your life, you just have to expect and embrace massive resistance. And if you're not up for it, right? If it hurts your feelings, especially if you start to believe their press, right? If you're watching some naysayer thing and you go, oh, well, I wonder if that's true. Well, you're on a slippery slope out, right? You're not going to be a paradigm pioneer. You want to be a paradigm pioneer, you need to have clear vision. You need to have clear eyes and a strong heart. And you got to be in it for the long haul. You got to be a marathoner. I have seen so many nasty TV shows, documentaries, articles, lawsuits in my 44 years. And you know what? Hasn't changed our profession. We still grow as a profession almost every year. The profession is more credible, gets easier, more people endorse it, in spite of all the resistance. Why? Well, because we're paradigm pioneers. And so that's my question for you. Are you a paradigm pioneer? Or do you want to sell ice cream? What do you want to do? You want to help change the world with your vision and your boldness and your critical thinking? Or do you want to sell ice cream? You could answer me here. You could type in the answer right there. Ice cream or pioneer? I think about Steve Jobs in closing. I think about Steve Jobs. This is a man who was vilified most of his career, and not a nice person, by the way. Not a kind person, not a nice person. And he got shot full of arrows his entire career. And he changed the smartphone industry. He changed it for good or bad. I'm not saying it's all good, right? We're all walking around staring at our phones instead of each other. But when it comes to communication and apps and efficiency, and he changed the world. And he did it in spite of massive adversaries. And so I guess that's the question for all of us is, what are we going to do with our lives? Are we going to succumb to the melted ice cream people? Or are we going to suck it up, put our big girl pants on, our big boy pants on, and go do it anyway? And I can tell you what I'm going to do. Thanks for listening. I'll see you tomorrow.